Hello and welcome to episode number 239 of WITM. And we've got a huge main event that should be a good one, as Andrew, as part of his consequences for changing the card that William Regal had in mind when Andrew was acting general manager a few weeks ago, when William Regal was on vacation, as well as going into Regal's office, replacing Regal's personal items with his own personal items, and locking the office, as well as in one of the matches when he was ringside with Corey, distracting the referee when Tyler Bate was trying to pin Corey, and what should have likely been a win for Tyler Bate in order for Corey to be able to get the victory, which he would later on get. And so Andrew must defend his NXT championship and his NXT championship in a match where there's over 80% odds he will not walk out with the NXT championship. It's the first ever Armageddon Hell in a Cell 6-man matchup in NXT history. Andrew defends his NXT championship against all top 5 contenders to the NXT championship. Number 5, Cassius Ohno. Number 4, Oney Lorcan. Number 3, Johnny Gargano. Number 2, Eric Young. Also 1/3 of the NXT Tag Team Champions. And number 1, Ty Dillinger. So let's get underway with our huge episode 239 matchup. A 6-man Hell in a Cell for Andrew's NXT championship.
We've been waiting a long time for this. The championship is up for grabs right here. Next, we have a real fan favorite taking on all comers. I love it.
show on last night. Smash with the elbow, cracking the gas jar. You better knuckle up. Dream crusher, coming out swinging, open you up, yeah, you knock us up. Cover up, I ain't nothing to mess with. Hear him scream, cause I'm blessed, kid.
And here we go. The cell has been lowered for the first time in NXT history. A 6-man Hell in a Cell. Andrew's NXT Championship on the line. And he starts right off going after his old rival, Johnny Gargano, formerly of hashtag DIY. Just about 16 or 17% chance Andrew will walk out of this match. The NXT champion, of course, he can lose that title without even being pinned or submitted. But of course, we are talking about the future first ballot Hall of Famer, Andrew, so do not ever count him out. He could very well walk out of here still the NXT champion. Gargano targeting the head of Andrew.
Back inside the ring now.
Now targeting the leg, elbow drop to the leg. And there's another elbow drop. Trying to give Andrew a taste of his own medicine, making those legs his target. Gargano looking to take flight, Andrew evades. Now turns his attention to a former NXT and Cruiserweight champion. The man that ended Andrew's almost record reign as Cruiserweight champion, only working. And he goes for a cover, looking to pick up a quick victory here, but Lorcan powers out at 2. Our shipping to the ropes. And not sure who took Andrew out there. I believe it might have been only Lorcan. And he is going to go tumbling outside the ring next to Ty Dillinger. Eric Young sent to the outside as well.
Man, oh man, did he take a wild swing with that one. You're right. That was wild indeed.
Dillinger makes his way back to the ring. Cassius Ohno with a big boot to Johnny Gargano. Andrew using the LED board now can get back to his feet and back into the ring.
Now back to the ring. Look out.
Big neck breaker to Cassius Ohno. Eric Young with a diving crossbody takes out Andrew. And a punch by Young, who goes for cover.
Here's a cover. Here we go. Outside of the ring.
And kind of hard for me to tell what the counts are because I have the volume very low on my TV. But that was a 2 count, I believe. Drop kick by Andrew to Young.
The challenger's taking on some offense.
Andrew biding his time, recovering some arm damage, now firing up the NXT universe. Looking to avoid this being his final NXT matchup. With 205 Live members, of which Andrew is GM of, being exclusive to 205 Live. However, Andrew's still part of NXT via being NXT champion. So, of course, if he should lose that NXT championship tonight, this will be his last match in NXT. After a suplex by Cassius Ohno, Andrew goes tumbling outside. Next to Eric Young. Our trip into the corner by Johnny Gargano to only Lorcan.
That'll leave you gasping for air.
And a chop is going to send Lorcan tumbling outside. Cassius Ohno and Johnny Gargano, the only 2 men in the ring standing. Ohno goes for cover. And broken up at 2 by Eric Young. Ty Dillinger into the ring now. So is Andrew.
Few superstars are as dominant as this guy.
Andrew biding his time, as is Ty Dillinger.
The set time connects.
Dillinger goes for cover center ring. Broken up by only Lorcan. Andrew just biding his time, picking his spots in this matchup. A good strategy. And now a low knee blow to Lorcan. It's locked in well. Is Andrew about to retain his NXT championship? No, Lorcan is going to break the hold. And reversal by Lorcan. Reversal by Andrew. And reversal by Lorcan. That's going to send Andrew tumbling outside.
You said it, and he does not want to let his opponent gain
Dillinger,
some steam
Gargano, and Lorcan fighting it out inside the ring.
I'm supposed to be unbiased, but when it's
Gargano looking for, or going for a cover.
you don't want to get caught outside.
very nearly becoming the NXT champion. But just in the nick of time, Dillinger's going to power her out, and Gargano goes tumbling outside next to Andrew. Working ahead of Dillinger. And Dillinger goes tumbling outside. Young's back in the ring, so is Andrew.
Boy, there's no way he's going to be able to stand after that.
Several elbow strikes by Andrew before reversal by Lorcan.
This is a dangerous position to be in.
Mounted punches to the head of Andrew by Eric Young. And someone's busted open. I'm not sure if that is Andrew or Cassius Ohno. Stomp to the head of Andrew. And that is Andrew that is busted open. So Andrew's going to have to try to retain the NXT Championship. It's 5 other men now, being the first busted open. But sometimes we've seen Andrew before. He used to be called the hardcore icon for a reason. Sometimes being busted open invigorates Andrew and helps him power on to a victory. Big boot to Andrew by Cassius Ohno. That's going to send him tumbling to the outside. Lorcan's looking for a finisher on Ty Dillinger. A reversal by Dillinger. Lorcan removing the top turnbuckle. And Ty Dillinger's going to go tumbling outside now. After a variation of the crossroads by Cassius Ohno, he hits one again on Oni Lorcan and send him to the outside. Cassius Ohno on a warpath right now. Andrew makes his way back to the ring. Dillinger with an elbow strike to Andrew. Andrew trying to target the legs of Dillinger, broken up by Cassius Ohno. Reversal by Dillinger. Punch that blade head of Andrew. Dillinger trying desperately to get some offense in, and there's a knee to the head of Andrew.
That's the first time we've seen that move tonight from either locker room. I kind of love it.
And Andrew now, his face pretty much entirely covered in blood now. Following that knee to the head, gets back to his feet. Let's see if Andrew can bring off that hardcore icon and side of him and still walk out with the NXT Championship. Kick to the stomach of Gargano. Reversal by Gargano. Andrew and Gargano, the only 2 men inside the ring. Andrew looking for that flat line. Everybody else seems distracted. If this hits, Andrew might retain. And Cassius Ohno is going to break that up at 2. Andrew going to the apron. And the forearm connects. Now mounted punches to Gargano. And that's going to bust open Johnny Gargano.
He's sending a message to the entire WWE
Eric Young.
locker room here. His body has to be broken right
With a figure 4 locked into the defending champion, Andrew.
He's got it locked in. Figure 4.
And Andrew will break the hold. Now looking for a finisher on Gargano is Eric Young.
How much more are you willing to pay to win this match? This is unreal.
But broken up by only Lorcan.
Anything else.
Andrew trying to crawl over to the ropes to help him get back to his feet.
His body has to be broken right now.
And will do so.
Only lasted a second, but it's going to be felt tomorrow.
Now going outside where everybody else is.
He's doing everything he can
Now to the apron.
back here. Otherwise, this match could be over
And he likes to go back inside the ring, as most everyone else does. Turns attention to Cassius Ohno, but a kick by Ohno. There's another, forcing Andrew on the ropes, and another. Andrew avoids the knee to the back. Gets behind Ohno and attacks the ankle. Now Andrew looking to take flight. And the frog splash is evaded by Cassius Ohno. go tumbling outside. So will Eric Young.
Gets out of trouble there. The human body can only absorb so much of that.
And
See that move
Gargano
every day.
falls on top of Andrew and Eric Young.
Look. How much more? How much more?
Everybody's kind of biding their time, the ones that are on the ground at this point. Elbow straight to the back of Lorcan by Ohno. Now Hurricane Rana. Everybody's down. This is a big opportunity for Ohno. He goes for cover.
He thinks he has it. 2. He needs to dig way down. What a match. I mean, what an
And
unbelievable
Cassius
match. What a
Ohno
victory.
is going to become the NXT champion. We have seen Andrew's last match at NXT ring. He's going to take a no decision. And we have a new NXT champion, Cassius Ohno.
About me, better watch how you speak. The greatest of all time, baby. Ali, I'll surpass y'all. Go the distance, y'all won't last now. Smash with the elbow, cracking the glass jaw. You better knuckle up. Dream crusher, coming out swinging, open you up. Yeah, your luck is up. Cover up, I ain't nothing to mess with. Hear them scream. Oh no! Cause I'm blessed, kid. The knockout artist, hard to hit. I get a hero's welcome. You get a nod, that's it. It's obvious you're not that fit to rock with this. Giving it all you got, but you're not that sick. I'll leave you out cold. Now you panicking, frantic from the attack. It's embarrassing, now they all know. Cover up, I ain't nothing to mess with. Hear them scream. Oh no! Cause I'm blessed, kid.
What an amazing match.
All right, Cassius Ohno. He was pretty, as I said earlier, pretty much on a warpath in his match, dishing out crossroads like crazy, and waiting till the rest of the field was lying outside of the ring, and going for the cover on Oney Lorcan, and he will become the NXT champion. We have seen Andrew's final matchup in NXT ring. Andrew now a full-time Cruiserweight exclusive to 205 Live, where he is the general manager. But what a mark Andrew has left on NXT. Sacrificing his prominent spot on Monday Night Raw and 2 Universal Championships to come to NXT and 205 Live exclusively. Andrew would become an NXT Tag Team Champion alongside Austin Aries in the AA Hardcore Cruiser / Cows with Guns. They had quite an impressive reign, and Andrew would become an NXT Champion as well, which he would just now lose. And now Andrew, the 205 Live General Manager. Oh, and don't forget, up to a few days ago, a trainer for NXT. He took it upon himself personally to help Corey turn his career back on track. Corey would be undefeated with Andrew with him at ringside. Andrew is now exclusive to 205 Live, where he will be a 205 Live General Manager as well as a wrestler on the 205 Live roster. And you can bet on the next edition of NXT, there will be quite the sending off for the former NXT champion, former NXT Tag Team Champion, former NXT trainer, Andrew. And that's the end of NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. We'll get the results and see how that affects the rankings on NXT. right, and it was Tommaso Ciampa taking the fall in the triple threat with himself and R-Truth and Goldust. Oney Lorcan took the fall in the NXT Championship match. Johnny Gargano, Eric Young, Andrew, and Ty Dillinger all take a no decision. Alright, and let's update the rankings. We'll see what this news is. And of course, we have 2 new champions, Cassius Ohno and Ember Moon. Alright, we'll start off as usual with the NXT women. Ember Moon became the NXT Women's Champion, defeating Alicia Fox. Alicia will fall to the number 2 slot, and the new number 1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship is Sanity's Nikki Cross. And the top 5 contenders to Ember Moon's NXT Women's Championship are number 1, Nikki Cross, number 2, the former champion Alicia Fox, number 3, Naomi, number 4, Peyton Royce, and number 5, Summer Rae. In the NXT Tag Team Division, Sanity defeated Breezango. Breezango falls to number 2. The new number 1 contenders are TM61. And the top 4 contenders to the NXT Tag Team Championships held by Sanity are number 1, TM61, number 2, Breezango, number 3, the Singh Brothers, and number 4, Heavy Machinery. And now before we do the NXT Championship rankings, it is unfortunately time to take Andrew off the NXT roster. Andrew still with a +2 stats effect to his momentum. Oh, and Andrew's already off the NXT roster, so he won't be appearing in those rankings. Only bound to NXT before by his NXT Championship. And let's see how the rankings affect the NXT. How the results affect the NXT rankings for the NXT Championship. Drew McIntyre defeated Hideo Itami. McIntyre moves into the top 5 at number 5. Itami falls to number 14. Andrade Almas defeated Sawyer Fulton. Almas moves up to number 8. Fulton falls to 11. R-Truth defeated Goldust and Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa took the fall. Or rather, Ciampa took the fall, so no decision for Goldust, but Goldust moves down to the bottom slot, number 18 anyway, because R-Truth moves up to his spot of 17. Ciampa remains at number 6. Corey defeated Aleister Black. He will move into, and Ciampa will fall down. Oh. I think I did the last one wrong. Ciampa does fall down a slot. Oh, but he fell down anyway because McIntyre moved up. Okay. So, Corey moves up to number 6. Aleister Black moves down to number 10. Cassius Ohno defeated Oney Lorcan, Johnny Gargano, Eric Young, Andrew, and Ty Dillinger. Oney Lorcan took the fall, so he moves down to number 5. Gargano remains at number 3. Young remains the number 1 contender. And Dillinger remains at number 2, with them all taking no decisions. And the top 5 contenders to the NXT Championship, held by the new NXT Champion Cassius Ohno, are number 1, Eric Young. Number 2, Ty Dillinger. Number 3, Johnny Gargano. Number 4, Drew McIntyre. Number 5, Oney Lorcan. And just outside the top 5, moving up 4 slots with his victory over Aleister Black, is WITM's Corey. So, as long as Corey can keep winning matches in a pretty good position right now, just outside the top 5, Cassius Ohno now, and that NXT Championship now his target. And with that, we begin the go-home shows before SummerSlam, the final Raw before SummerSlam. And it looks like Gerald will be in action. He's going to be taking on Buddy Murphy and Luke Harper in a triple threat matchup, with his last opportunity to gain momentum before he defends his Intercontinental title for the first time at SummerSlam. So that is going to do it for episode number 239 of WITM. Until 240, this is Corey, signing off.